Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Maybe see.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Let's have the witness retake the stand. Mr. Connory, I want to remind you do remain under the obligations of a conducive. You're all set. I'm going to do Counsel, please stipulate to the presence of our jury before we begin.
Defense stipulates, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Smith, Attorney Smith, if you'd like to come up.
Oh, good afternoon again, Mr. Connery.
Good afternoon.
You and I were talking about the car having stopped at the intersection of Laurel Glen Drive and Farmhouse Lane when we left. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So I want to take us back there, okay? You told us that you observed two individuals get out of the car, correct?
Yes.
Only two individuals get out of the car?
I'm mistaken. Three got out of the car.
Oh, I'm sorry, three got out of the car?
Yes, Mackenzie Traffic County also got out the car.
And you said that you and a few of your friends walked down the street to talk to them, correct?
Yes.
And that was Ty Wood, correct?
Yes.
Matthew Lockovich?
Yes.
My fault there. Tyler Rich?
Yes.
Ricky Fiola?
Yes.
Ryan Hines?
No.
Faison Teal?
No.
And you said that Tyler Rich and Ricky Fiola were ahead of you, correct?
Yes.
And that you were walking with Ty Woods, right?
Yes.
And you walked all the way down to where the car was parked at the end of, or at the intersection of Laurel Glen Drive and Farmhouse Lane, right?
Yes, it was a little bit before it. A little before. Where the group was a little bit before the intersection.
Okay. But you walked down to where the car had come to a stop.
When I got down there, the car must have drove away or something because it was only them three around there.
Okay. So when you got down there, you couldn't see the car?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
So at that point, it was the group of you that had walked down there and just Mackenzie Trafficante, Raul Valle, and Tyler De Silva?
Yes.
Okay. Were they all on the same side of the street?
No.
Where was Mackenzie Trafficante?
She was kind of sitting on the curb next to Raul Valle on the side of the street, and then Tyler Silva was on the other side.
On the same side of the street as Tyler Rich's house, or on the opposite side of the street?
Same side.
So Mackenzie Trafficante and Raul Valle were on the opposite side of the street? Okay. How far away were you from Mr. De Silva?
Almost, like, not face to face, but like good talking distance. Like,
And how far away were you from Mackenzie and Raul?
almost the whole street across. Like, not like about 8 feet, 10 feet.
And at this point, you could not see Jack Snyder's vehicle?
No, I don't remember seeing the vehicle.
And you told us that you witnessed Mr. Fiola talking to Mr. Valle.
Yes.
And he was still standing beside Ms. Trafficante at that point?
Yes.
And you said you did not see Tyler Rich interact with Mr. Valle at all, correct?
No, I didn't see it.
You didn't see Mr. Rich spray anything in Mr. Valle's direction?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. And you didn't see anybody except for Mr. Fiola by Mr. Valle?
Yes.
So your recollection is that it was just Mr. Fiola, Mr. Valle, and Ms. Trafficante on one side of the street,
Yes.
and therefore yourself, Ty Wood, Tyler Rich, the three of you, and Matthew Lockovich, I'm sorry, the four of you, were all on the opposite side of the street with Mr. De Silva?
Not as so the completely opposite side of the road, but like more towards that side, like not really close to where Ricky Fiola was.
And you said that the three of you were talking with Mr. De Silva, correct?
Yes.
You didn't see anyone engage in any fighting.
No.
You didn't see anyone chasing Mr. Snyder's vehicle.
No.
You didn't see anyone throwing anything at Mr. Snyder's vehicle.
No.
You didn't hear anyone uttering any threats towards Mr. Snyder or the group.
No, I didn't hear that.
And you think that it was just yourself, Ty Wood, Michael Lockovich, Tyler Rich, and Ricky Fiola, correct?
Yes.
Just those five. You said you spent 10 seconds with Mr. De Silva, correct?
Hmm?
Then you turned and you walked back, right?
Yes.
You walked back to 43 Laurel Glen Drive?
Yes.
Did you pass Mr. Rich along the way?
Yes.
Where did you pass Mr. Rich along the way?
Somewhere walking back with him, farther down the road.
Who else was walking back with him?
Ty Wood, Ricky Fiola, Matt Lockovich.
Did they pass you at some point?
They caught up to us and then walked with us.
Okay. You initially were walking back with Ty Wood and Mr. Lockovich, correct?
Yes.
And then you described all making it back into the basement, right?
Yes.
Was anybody still outside in the yard when you went into the basement?
Yes.
Who was outside in the yard when you went into the basement?
I'm not sure of, but people were out there, yeah.
How many people were outside when you went into the basement?
Probably 10.
So then there were 20 people that were down in the basement when you went in there?
Yeah, around like 17, 18 people.
You made it all the way into the basement?
Yeah.
Down to the bottom of the stairs?
Yeah.
Where you ran into Taylor Capella talking with Jimmy McGrath?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
You didn't see them at the bottom of the stairs talking?
I could have, but I walked right by and I went into the basement. I didn't stop at the stairs. I went into the basement and was just talking with friends.
Did you see Jimmy McGrath?
Could have. I could have seen him down there. I just don't remember.
You don't remember seeing Jimmy McGrath downstairs, do you?
I don't know. It was a long time ago, so if I walked downstairs and I saw people, I just didn't know who was where. I wasn't paying attention to where everyone was. Just people were down there.
You didn't see Taylor Capella downstairs, did you?
It could have been down there, but I don't remember seeing her.
You didn't see Matthew Lockovich downstairs, did you?
You also could have been down there, but when I walked downstairs and I was talking to people, I don't remember who was where, who was doing what, who was outside.
Well, you remember talking to someone downstairs?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't remember talking to someone downstairs?
No. I might have, but I don't remember. If I talked to someone, I remember who I talked to.
Do you remember talking to someone downstairs?
Could have, but to be honest, no.
Did you not make it downstairs?
I did.
You did. You're certain of that?
Yeah.
And then you told us that you heard they were back.
Yes.
You understood that to mean that the vehicle driven by Jack Snyder was back out front, correct?
Yes.
And at this point, you told us that you were by the basement doors slowly creeping up?
Yeah.
What do you mean by slowly creeping up?
Like walking. Like I wasn't running out to like where everyone was. I was taking my time there because I didn't think anything was going to happen.
You didn't think anything was going to happen?
No, because we told them to leave multiple times. I thought it was another time we were trying to tell them to leave and they would leave.
And as you were slowly creeping up the stairs, how many people went past you?
Creeping up the stairs?
Yes?
I was already out. I got out of the stairs pretty quick, but when I got outside and I saw people face to face, then I started slowly creeping up.
I see. So you went quickly up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
How many people passed you on the stairs?
No one really passed me. We were all going the same way.
How many people were with you going the same way on the stairs?
Probably about 5 or 6 people.
Just 5 or 6 people?
Yeah.
The others remained in the basement?
Yeah, but eventually they probably followed me.
Well, sir, I don't want you to tell us what probably happened. I want you to tell us what you observed.
Well, I couldn't see behind me, but everyone came outside eventually, so they must have came from behind me.
So eventually, everyone was outside.
Yeah.
So there were 30 of you at that point outside.
Yeah, but scattered out, not all together.
And you described to us that you were slowly creeping up and that there were people lined up talking by the bush and the truck, correct? You remember describing that for us?
Yes.
And how many people were there by the bush and the truck?
Around 6 people.
Just 6 people?
Yeah, I remember seeing 4 people that I was friends with, and then Tyler Silva and Raul Valle.
Okay. And the 4 people that you recall seeing were Ty Wood,
Yes.
Tyler Rich,
Yes.
Ryan Hines,
Yes.
and who was the 4th person?
I saw Faison over there a little bit, but he was kind of just in front of me, creeping up too. Like, the 4th person, I'm not too sure who I saw.
And you told us that they were just face-to-face talking with Tyler De Silva and Raul Valle.
Yes.
So you did not see the car arrive, correct?
No.
You did not see Mr. Valle and Mr. De Silva approach this group, correct?
Yeah.
But by the time you got outside, you claimed that they were already up by the black truck and the red bush.
Yes.
And it was just Mr. Valle and Mr. De Silva that were talking with these other 5, maybe 6 people now, you've told us.
Raul and De Silva were talking to 4 people. Not 5 and 6 total, including Raul and Tyler.
Okay. So 5 or 6, including Mr. Valle and Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
So only 4 people out there and then the 2 of them.
Yes.
And you said that Mr. Valle was to your right?
To my left.
Before you described it as being Mr. Valle was on the right. Was that as we were looking at the exhibit?
Yes. From my point of view, because it's flipped, it was Mr. Valle on the left and Mr. Silva on the right.
Okay, and they were side by side.
Yes.
And you didn't see anything in their hands, correct?
No.
But you could see their hands.
No, I couldn't. People were blocking me. There's 4 of them. There's 2. So them 4 are blocking my point of view of them.
The 4 of the
Where their
people
hands
talking were blocking your view.
From where their hands are. I can see their faces. I can't see what their bodies do.
You could see over top of the heads of the people that were in front of you to see Mr. Valle and Mr. De Silva's head?
Objection mischaracterizes the response room.
Yeah.
When I saw them 2, I was able to see who it was, their faces, but I couldn't see where their hands were. If their hands were down there for people's bodies, I couldn't see their hands. That's what I'm saying.
Sir, were these 4 people that were talking to them in front of you?
Yeah.
And yet you could see Mr. Valle and Mr. De Silva, but not their hands.
Yeah.
And you also told us that you were not close enough to hear what was being said, right?
No.
But you've described this group of 6 people as being right there by the black truck and the red bush.
Yes.
And how far back from them were you?
First 20 feet, but then slowly creeping up.
20 feet away, 4 people in front of you, but you can see the 2 people that are in front of them.
Yes, and then eventually became 15 feet, and then 10 feet, and then the fight broke out.
In any event, you told us that it seemed less peaceful than when they were talking before.
Yes.
And you said at this point you were back by the AC unit,
A little bit in front of it.
but that there were garage lights that shined right at them.
Yeah.
You said this conversation that was going on lasted 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And at that point, you told us that Mr. Valle was talking with Ryan Hines and Ty Wood,
Yes.
but you couldn't hear what they were saying.
No.
And that Mr. Rich was talking with Tyler De Silva,
Yes.
but you couldn't hear what they were saying.
No.
And then you told us that you saw Mr. Valle make a movement.
Yes, I did.
At this point, had you moved so that you could see around these 4 people that were talking to them?
No, but I was able to see his body jolting because I was creeping up and getting closer and closer.
I see. And you could see his body jolting,
Yeah, like a sudden movement.
a sudden movement. Did he hit someone?
No, he did not.
Was he saying anything?
I'm not aware of.
He was still behind and to the side of Mr. De Silva?
He wasn't behind him. They were next to each other. But
They were standing side by side.
yes.
They were standing side by side, but facing 2 different groups?
No, the groups were together in the beginning.
And then you did see Mr. Rich punch Mr. Valle, correct?
Yes, sir.
But when you first talked with officers on the 15th, that's not what you told them, right?
Yeah, I didn't tell him that.
No. You told them on the 15th, that same day, that either Mr. De Silva or Mr. Valle pushed the Shelton High kids and the fight started, right?
I was wrong.
That was wrong.
What I said was wrong.
Why, at that time, shortly after the incident, did you tell him something that was wrong, but today you're telling us something different?
Because when he jolted, I thought he made contact with someone from Shelton, but he ended up not, and Tyler Rich stepped in and punched him. And I didn't know that at the time when I was talking to the cops.
And do you remember telling officers that same evening that Mr. Valle was getting beat up
Yeah, I said that.
and that everyone was on top of each other?
Yeah.
So after Mr. Valle was punched by Mr. Rich, you couldn't see Mr. Valle anymore, correct?
No, I saw groups separating, and people went towards Valle and people went towards De Silva.
Right. And you saw that there were a number of people on top of Mr. Valle, right?
Around 2 to 3 people, because 2 people were on top of him and 1 person was to the side engaging in the fight, not on top of him, standing over him.
Had the people in the basement come out of the basement at this point?
Yeah,
Where were they all?
around, bystanding, just watching.
Just by standing and watching? Did you see anybody with their cameras out?
No, I did not.
Did you see any phones out?
No, I did not.
Did you see anybody with lights in their hands?
No, I did not.
And you ran over to where you told us that Ryan Hines and Faison Teal were fighting to the left, right?
Yes.
That was where Mr. Valle was, correct?
Yes.
So that was one of the fights that was going on. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
The second or other fight that was going on to your right at that time.
Yes.
And that involved Mr. De Silva.
Yes.
How many people were fighting with Mr. De Silva?
From my point of view, I ran over to the fight where Raul Valle was because my brother went over there, so I wasn't paying attention towards the Silva fight, but I saw people on the side view kind of running over there, and then assuming that people did.
Did you see Mr. McGrath at this point?
No, I did not.
Did you see Mr. Lockovich at this point?
No, I did not.
And you say you ran over there, you got there, and you just stood and watched, correct?
Yes.
At that point, your brother Tommy, Ryan Hines, and Faison Teal were on top of or next to Mr. Valle, right?
Yes.
Then you told us everyone got off and Mr. Valle walked away, right?
Yes.
But you watched the video with us, and you would agree that he didn't just get up and walk away, that people were over there involved in some sort of altercation and pushing or shoving him, as you described when watching it, right?
Yes, at first he was able to get up on his own, and people weren't approaching him, but when he kept walking towards, more people came in and just pushed him out of the way to just get him away and get him into the road and get him off the property.
Were you one of those people?
No, I wasn't.
Was Jimmy McGrath one of those people?
No, I wasn't.
You said Mr. McGrath was not involved in the fight at all.
He wasn't involved at all.
Okay. Because where was he?
One of the people bystanding.
Just by standing over, can you point to us where he was?
Well, at that point, I'm just saying he could have been bystanding. At that point, I didn't know where he was.
You didn't know where he was?
Yeah, I didn't see him over there where people were pushing Raul out.
Okay. Did you see where Matthew Lockovich was?
No, I didn't.
Did you see where Tyler Rich was?
No, I did not.
Did you see where Ryan Hines and Faison Teal went?
No, I did not.
Did you see where your brother Tommy went?
No, I did not.
What were you watching?
Raul Valle.
That's it?
Yeah, that was it.
And he was by himself?
People went after they pushed him. He was by himself and he walked towards the car, and I was keeping my distance from him, watching him.
And where did the people that had just pushed him into the road go?
Back around to pass to where Tyler Silva was. Just they went back. Just let him be.
You saw that while you were watching Mr. Valle go to the car?
No, but that's what I found out later. At that time, I didn't know where they went. I just watched Mr. Valle and just kept watching him.
So is it fair to say, sir, that you don't know where those people who had just shoved him out into the road went?
Yeah.
And you don't know who those people were?
No.
So you don't know if Mr. McGrath was involved or not?
I didn't see him over there.
You just told us you weren't looking at what happened with that group.
But when they were pushing him out, I was looking over there and I didn't see who was pushing who. I just saw a group of people push him out of the way. I don't know who was who.
Who was in that group of people that was pushing him out?
Not to my knowledge, I don't know. Showing people, definitely.
Kids that you'd grown up with and known most of your life, if not all your life?
Some of them maybe. Not all of them I've known my whole life.
One of them, your cousin, Will Berardi.
No, not one of them wasn't him.
I'm sorry?
I wouldn't say one of them was him.
Okay. One of them, your brother, Tommy Connery.
No.
But you are certain, and you're testifying here today, that Mr. McGrath was not involved in any way.
I didn't see him over there.
And you were telling us that you were watching Mr. Valle as he went back to the vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Did you see the vehicle moving?
No.
And you saw him open the door, the interior light go on, close the door, and then you said he goes back into the yard, right?
Yes.
And you didn't see him with a knife?
No, not that moment.
You said he went right after the closest person to him, right?
Yeah.
And that was Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Who else was standing with Mr. McGrath?
Closest person that would be towards Mr. McGrath was Mr. Lockovich.
Who else?
I don't know.
Was it just the two of them?
That's the only two I saw.
It's the only two you saw?
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody that you saw on the other side of Mr. Valle?
No.
Did you see Jacob Villalobos?
No, I didn't see him.
Did you see Matthew Samperi?
Sorry, Michael?
Michael Samperi. I'm sorry.
No.
Did you see Sal Perry?
No.
Did you see Ryan Hines?
No, I didn't see them.
Did you see Faison Teal?
No, I didn't see him.
Do you recall seeing Mr. Lockovich that evening when Mr. Valle came back onto the lawn, or is that based on what you've seen in the video now?
No, I remember seeing him.
You remember seeing Mr. Lockovich that night?
Yeah.
Beside Mr. McGrath?
Yeah, near him.
Near him?
The closest one to him.
Close enough to touch him and put his hand on his back?
Mr. Lockovich touched Jimmy?
Yes.
I'm not aware of.
And what did you see Mr. Lockovich do?
He walked away from Raul and Jimmy and went the other way.
Went the other way?
Yeah, he went towards when Raul came back, he just kind of walked away and wasn't paying attention to where Raul was. Jimmy. He was just there. He was near. When he was walking by, he was just there.
Did you ever see your brother Tommy Connery fighting with Mr. Valle?
Yes.
When your brother Tommy was fighting with Mr. Valle, where were you?
Next to them, like behind them.
Behind them?
Yeah.
Who else was near you at that time?
Faison and Hines.
That's it?
Yeah.
Where was Ty Wood?
I don't know.
Mr. Connery, isn't it true that you were with a group of people that had shoved Mr. Valle into the street and that were then walking back and forth between a vehicle that we saw in front of the vehicle that he went to?
Yeah, the people who shoved him into the street, I was there, but I wasn't one of the people that shoved him into the street. I was keeping my distance, following him,
Okay.
walking around, and then saw him go to the car.
Can we see exhibit number 60? Do we still have that over there? I'm going to ask you to watch. You've got the same thing on your screen as we have on the big screen, okay? And I'm going to ask the state to pause it at certain points. Stop this. Do you see the camera has now turned towards the street?
Yes.
Do you know who this individual is with the dark pants, the light shoes, and the white top?
Yes.
Who's that?
Alex Zaborak.
Sorry?
Alex Zaborak.
Alex Dvorak?
Zaborak.
Zaborak. Thank you. And who is he to you?
Oh, he's my brother's friend.
That's your brother's friend.
Yeah.
Same grade?
That's my brother, yes.
Okay. So he's one of the older kids that was here at the party.
Yes.
And would you play again? Okay, pause, please. We just saw Mr. Zaborak go in front of the screen, right?
Correct.
Do you remember him being there at that time?
No.
And so you don't know what he was doing at that point?
No, I didn't know where he was.
Would you play again, please? Okay, do you see yourself coming onto the screen at frame 341?
Yes.
And you would agree you're being followed by someone?
Yeah, someone's behind me.
Who is that?
Joey Romano.
Joey
Romano.
Romano?
Yeah.
And who's Joey Romano to you?
Another one of my brother's friends.
Okay. Again, one of the older kids?
Mhm.
And where was he coming from?
They're the same place that I was coming from.
Do you remember seeing him there that evening?
Yeah, I bet the whole night. Was it the?
This time period.
Oh no.
So you weren't with him.
Oh yeah, I wasn't walking with him. He was just behind me.
And can we play again, please? And can we pause it? And do you see a third person who's just come on shirtless with a pair of what appear to be blue camouflage shorts?
Yes.
And do you know that person?
Yes, Matthew Lockovich.
That's Matthew Lockovich. And where was he coming from?
Looks like the same area that we were all coming from.
Same area that you were all coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Together.
It could be.
And do you see in between Mr. Romano and Mr. Lockovich another figure with a light top on back there?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who's that?
It's Jimmy.
This figure here in the middle, sir? That's Jimmy?
Oh, I thought you were looking up to the right. The person in the middle?
Yes.
I can't identify as that. It's not clear enough.
You mentioned, though, Jimmy, right?
Yeah, you see him on the right.
And he's to the right of the frame here?
Yes.
But you don't remember seeing Jimmy over there in that area?
No, I do not.
But that's Jimmy there now.
Yes.
Walking back behind you, Mr. Romano, and Mr. Lockovich.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
And you're all coming, you would agree, from that area where we just saw Mr. Valle get shoved out into the street?
Could be all come from there, but I don't remember seeing Jimmy with any engagement over there.
Can we play it? And pause, please. Can we go back just a hair? Sorry, maybe like 2 seconds or so. There we go. Okay. And do you see in front of Mr. Lockovich another individual with a pair of lighter shorts with maybe some dark black biker shorts popping out and a white shirt?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
Jacob Villalobos.
That's Jacob Villalobos. And he's shoving Mr. De Silva into the street?
Yes.
And he's now over in that same area where all of you have just come from?
Yeah.
And you still see a couple of other figures behind him, but you can't identify them. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I can't identify them.
And can we play again, please? Nope. Sorry, can you stop? And can we go back 2 seconds? I apologize. A little bit more, and right there. Do you see, sir, a figure just in front of what you've identified as Jimmy McGrath?
Yes.
With like light shorts, light shoes, and a shirt with some sort of graphic on the front?
Yes.
Do you know who that is?
No, I do not.
That's not your brother, Tommy.
No.
You just have no idea who that person is.
Yeah, no.
Was it? Where were you looking at this time?
Where Raul was?
I'm sorry?
Where Raul was?
Where Mr. Valle was?
Yes.
Okay. And you say he's just stepped onto the grass,
Yes.
and you claim all those people just dropped back that had just been there,
Yes, because I was screaming.
and they just all immediately went back.
They didn't run back, but they were cautious and started stepping back.
Even the folks that were on the other side?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
But your focus was on Mr. Valle, but you could see what all these other people
I
were
could see
doing.
out of my view that people were going away, and now I could only see Mr. Valle.
Where was Mr. Lockovich at that point?
Kind of next towards Jimmy.
And where was Mr. Zaborak at that point?
I'm not aware of.
Where was Mr. Romano at that point?
Not aware of.
Where was Mr. Villalobos at that point?
I'm not aware of that.
But you're certain that you saw all these people back up.
Yeah.
Sir, didn't you see these people start to form the same wall they had formed before?
What do you mean by a wall?
Well, you've described before that 4 people were forming a wall and blocking your view at various points.
Yes.
These people didn't just disappear, did they?
No, but they walked backwards, and they walked back, and I was able to see where Mr. Valle was.
So they all just stepped back and gave you a prime view of Mr. Valle and Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
And Mr. Lockovich, where was he at that point?
Stepping back as one of them, but just closer.
Would you press play, please? And can you pause it, please? Did you just see a hand on Mr. McGrath's back there, down near his waist?
His right hand.
Can we go back maybe 2 seconds? Or, sorry. Do it. Can we go just a little bit more? A little bit more? Okay. Do you see what appears to be a hand down on his side there?
Yes.
Mr. Lockovich is gone at this point?
He could be over there, but I didn't see him. I just was looking at Jimmy. And I was looking at Raul, and Jimmy was in my sight.
Okay. You're looking at Mr. Valle at that point?
Yes.
There's nobody blocking your view.
No, I was able to see him.
So you don't know whose hand that was.
No, I do not.
And where was Mr. Lockovich?
Backing up.
And where was Mr. Zaborak?
Also backing up. I don't know where he
And
was.
where was Mr. Romano?
I don't know where he was.
And where was Mr. Villalobos?
I don't know where he was.
And what about that person you couldn't identify before who had on the light shorts and the dark top with the white graphic across the front?
I don't know.
And what about Faison?
Don't know where he is.
you see Mr. Valle slip at all as he came onto the grass?
No, I did not.
You saw him just go straight at Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Do you remember it being misty or rainy that evening?
No, I do not.
Did you see Mr. Lakovich take a swing at Mr. Valle?
No, I did not.
But you don't know where Mr. Lakovich was or what he was doing at that point?
Yeah, so if I was looking at Mr. Valle, I didn't see anyone go after him. At that point, no one was going after him.
And then you told us that you saw Mr. Valle run to the car, correct?
Yeah,
And nobody followed him.
no one.
Did you see Mr. De Silva at that point?
No, I did not.
You see him here in the road,
Yes.
and you say you could see Mr. McGrath,
Yes.
but you don't recall seeing Mr. De Silva there in the road?
No, I wasn't looking there.
And you don't recall seeing Mr. De Silva at any point thereafter?
No, wasn't looking over there.
You agree, and you told us that it was chaotic during the fight.
Yes.
And you told us that there are things that you told the cops that evening that were wrong about what you had seen, correct?
Yes.
And today you've come in and you've tried to tell us to the best of your ability what you recall.
Yes.
And you think you've seen this video how many times?
On 10.
Around 10 times. And your testimony is that Mr. McGrath was just a bystander watching this go on.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Connory. Nothing further.
Charlie, counsel asked you a little bit about where you were standing when you first came out of the house. You were back by the top of the Bilko doors, and you were making your way towards the area where the red tree is in States 52.
Yes.
And that's where you saw the defendant and Mr. De Silva arguing back and forth with Tyler Rich, Ty Wood, Ryan Hines, Faison?
Yes.
Okay. And did you just stand there the whole time, or were you actually like kind of walking up like this?
I was walking up slowly.
And when you were walking up, were you able to see their faces? Because when people stand side by side, you can see in between people's heads.
Yes.
And is that how you, in fact, saw the defendant and De Silva talking to Tyler Rich and the rest of your friends?
Yes.
And you testified on cross that you couldn't see their hands because were their hands above their head?
No, they weren't.
Were they by their side?
No.
So if somebody had a weapon or something at that point, you wouldn't be able to see it, right?
No.
But in fact, you didn't see the defendant with a weapon at that point, right?
No, I did not.
And at some point, did you get closer to where they were talking?
Not that close, but I was getting closer.
Now, how close would you say you got before you saw the punch and the fight started?
A little far from me to you. Around.
Like here? So about, say, 10 feet?
Yeah.
Fight happen, the punch happens, and then what do? Do you get a little closer to see what's going on?
I saw my brother go over there, and then I followed him,
Okay.
and then I just watched.
You just watched. And then at some point, the interaction between Hines, your brother, and Faison stops,
Yes.
and he gets up, the defendant gets up,
Yes.
and what does he do?
He walks towards the road, and kids come out and they push him to the road.
So you go over there to see what's going on?
Yes.
At some point in time, defendant, where does he go after he's pushed out into the road?
It's the car.
And you walk away.
With my eye on him, I walked away toward.
So as you're walking away, you kind of turn and look, and you're keeping your eye on him.
Yes.
Over your left shoulder.
Yes.
And at some point in time, what do you see?
Go back.
And when he's coming back, you yell.
He has a knife. He has a knife.
And at that point, where's Jimmy in relation to where you are?
And like in front of me.
So he's like, I'm standing over here. The lectern's there. Is Jimmy like from either the lectern?
Yeah.
Okay. And counsel asked if you saw Matt Lockovich in the area. Do you remember seeing him in the area, or?
I remember seeing him near there, but as I started screaming that, he starts backing up. But he was the closest person I saw that I could identify to Jimmy.
And he indicates that there's this wall of people. Are people starting to surround the defendant when he comes back in?
No.
What are people doing when the defendant comes back in with a knife?
Taking a step back.
So they're backing up.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point when they're backing up, what does the defendant do when they're backing up?
Goes after the closest person to him, which is Jimmy.
Did you see anybody go after the defendant right before Jimmy was stabbed?
No.
No further questions.
You told us that after the initial fight between Mr. Hines, your brother, Mr. Teal, Mr. Valle, those are the only three that you can remember being there with Mr. Valle, that at some point he goes to escape.
Yes. He got people let him go.
People let him go.
Let him go. He gets up and he walks away. And then a couple people came over and they didn't try to shove him getting back down the ground. They went over and just pushed him out away into the road to get him off the property and out of here.
Well, you just told us he was already heading out to the road.
Yes, he was.
And so people just came over to gently take him by the elbow and walk him out to the street?
No, they pushed him, but when they pushed him, they weren't pushing him for him to fall on the ground. They pushed him to get him out of there, like for him to leave.
Fair to say, sir, you don't know what was in those people's minds when they were pushing him?
Yeah, no, I don't.
But you're describing it as being something less than aggressive?
Yes.
Guiding him out to the street?
Yes, to get him out of the fight, to get him out.
And you've been asked a number of questions about your perception of what was going on in that video, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember seeing Tanner Chernowski film that video?
No, I did not.
You didn't see Tanner Chernowski at all?
No.
Objection. This is outside the scope.
I'll sustain that.
As you saw yourself walking back there on that video, you don't recall anybody being right in front of you with that camera?
No, because I wasn't looking over there. I don't remember Tanner taking a video.
Nothing further.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Do you have any additional witnesses?
No, Your Honor. State does not have any further witnesses. State rests.
Attorney Smith?
Your Honor, may the jury be excused for legal argument?
Certainly. All right, at this point in time, I am going to excuse the jury just briefly. I'm just going to bring you guys back to the jury deliberations room for something on the record and try to assess the case. The jury has been excused. Attorney Smith, I'll hear from you on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. At this point, the defense would make a motion for judgment of acquittal under Practice Book 42-40 and 42-41. It is the state's burden to prove its case beyond a reasonable doubt as to every element of the crimes charged. I'll focus my arguments on the crime of murder that has been charged against my client, but I would direct it to all of the charges generally. These are all specific intent crimes that have been charged by the state, meaning that the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that my client had the specific intent to kill James McGrath. And I would argue that the evidence that's been put forward so far is insufficient to show that specific intent on the part of Mr. Valle. And I would also argue that to some extent the state's charges here bolster that argument, because this fight takes place in a video that we have seen that encompasses all of 18 seconds. And during that time period, my client had the same intent with regard to all of these people that were attacking it. And if it's only assault as to some of those, as far as the intent that was used, then I would argue that, number one, that's the same intent that he had as regards all of these people that were injured that evening. The evidence as far as the specific intent is muddled at best, but certainly does not rise to the level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. We have heard from witnesses, many of whom were inconsistent within their own testimony, but certainly inconsistent in the aggregate as we look at what they claim to be able to see. Most striking, I believe, is the inconsistency between what they can recall and versus what they are unable to recall. And I understand that that is an argument that goes perhaps towards the weight of that evidence, but I think that it goes so strongly towards the weight of that evidence that it simply cannot be deemed as rising to the level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt that my client had the specific intent necessary to prove the murder charges, nor to prove any of the assault charges that have also been levied against him. And for those reasons, I would move this court to grant a judgment of acquittal pursuant to the practice book sections I've already cited.
Thank you, Attorney Smith. Does the state wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would oppose the motion for judgment of acquittal at this time. We believe that the jury, and the evidence could allow a reasonable jury to find that the defendant brought a knife to a home that he had no right to be at, that he started a fight, and during that fight, he had the specific intent to injure the first three individuals that he stabbed, stabbing Ryan Hines 3 times in the chest, side, and lower area, stabbing Faison Teal once in his upper elbow, and stabbing Tommy Connory 4 times in his legs by going after him with the intent to injure him. He then runs back, gets back to the car, and then comes back into the fight. We've heard evidence that people were leaving him alone, no one was going after him. He turns around and specifically goes after Jimmy McGrath and stabs him in the chest. I think that a reasonable jury can infer what his intent was based on the manner in which these wounds are inflicted. They weren't slash marks, these were purposeful stabbings. They can infer his intent based on the number of injuries that were sustained by the 4 individuals who were harmed here. There were 9 stab wounds. They can infer from his conduct by returning to the area with a knife that his intent was to not only, 1, cause serious physical injury to those individuals, but by coming back and stabbing Mr. McGrath where he stabbed Mr. McGrath in the chest, that his intent was to kill Mr. McGrath. So I would oppose the defense's motion at this time. We believe that viewing the evidence in the light most favorable to the state at this point, that we've sustained the right for the evidence to go to the jury and for the jury to decide this case.
At this point in time, the court is going to take the motion and the opposition to the motion under consideration. I think it's a good time to go into our 15-minute recess, and I'll come back on the record with a decision after we finish up the recess. So court is going to stand in recess. We'll be back on the record at 3:15. Thank you.